In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix Google reviews that had disappeared. I had a client recently message me. He said he went from 291 reviews to 237 reviews in a matter of days. This is a text message he sent me, and you can see he goes from 282 to 268 to 258 to 237. So this is basically losing 19% of his reviews in just a few days. And as you know, growing a law firm and getting clients, I mean, reviews are absolutely vital. So if you're running into an issue where Google's removing your reviews, or just your reviews aren't showing the way they're supposed to, or clients are showing you screenshots like, yeah, I left the review, but it's not posting, I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to get the reviews to show up in order of difficulty, right? Because there's 3 different things I'm going to show you in this video. Now, the first thing, and this is the easiest, is you contact Google support. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Google and you're going to search Google local support. Then you're going to click on the local services help button. Then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here and you're going to click contact us. From there, you will be able to chat with somebody. You'll be able to email and explain to them that, hey, listen, I had a bunch of reviews that were removed. Now, I talked to a lot of lawyers who have used this and successfully used this recently. Now, before the pandemic, this was a great way to, you actually used to be able to call Google, but now you can't call them anymore, I don't think. Maybe you can, but I've been using this method. This went away for a long time, but it's back. And now you can actually talk to people, and they are helpful sometimes. It's not 100%. I think that sometimes it's like every customer service, it kind of depends on who you get. But this is the first thing that I would do because it involves the least amount of effort. Now, the second thing that you can do, if this doesn't work, is you can ask your clients to add selfies or add pictures with their reviews. This is a review that I left for he's actually a client, but he also did some legal work for me. And I posted the review and the review didn't show up. So we're trying to figure out why didn't this show up? I changed the review a few times. I did a few different things. And then I had an idea. I was like, wait, why don't we take a picture together? Let's take a selfie and post it with the review. So I took a picture, I posted the review, and it stayed up. And I did this over a year and a half ago. And this review is still live, right? The only thing I changed was I posted a selfie. So no selfie, review didn't show up. With the selfie, review showed up. Now, theoretically, they could probably post any picture, but I like the selfie just because of the fact that it's much more relevant. But you know, the selfie with the attorney, posting a picture is going to make it much more likely that the review actually does show up. So that's one way you can get the review to show up. And then the final way that I've seen is to actually expand the review and make the review a better review, right? Now, the great thing about this is that it's actually going to benefit your law firm in the long run. You have to remember, for the most part, the reason that Google removes reviews is because they're concerned about the legitimacy of the review. Google actually uses reviews as a really big piece of their ranking algorithm right now. There's 3 things that determine where you rank in Google. There's proximity to the searcher, so how far away are you from the person who's searching? The second thing is prominence. How prominent are you on the internet? So do you have all the business citations, which are essentially business listings? Do you have links going to your website, stuff like that? And then the third thing is relevancy. How relevant are you to the search that has been entered? So Google pulls relevance from 2 different places. One is your website content, but 2 is your reviews. So if you can get words, phrases, keywords, and synonyms that are related to your practice area and your geographical location in your review, you're going to rank higher. And when you rank higher, you get more visibility, which is really cool. Now, also, when you have reviews that are expanded, that are written in this format, in this style, people are going to read them and they're going to see their stories in these reviews. So the reviews are actually going to be more effective because they're actually going to convert higher. And the third thing is the reviews are actually going to show up, because if you write a review, or if a client writes a review using the format that I'm about to give you, it's much more believable that it's a real person, because Google's pulling reviews down because of the fact that reviews do increase your rankings. So marketers ruin everything, right? So as soon as word got out that, oh, relevancy and reviews can increase your rankings, what do you think happened? Millions and millions and millions of fake accounts started writing reviews to artificially boost rankings, right? So Google's trying to fight against that. And what they do is they crank the filter up a little bit to basically filter out reviews that their algorithm and their artificial intelligence does not believe to be real. One of the easiest ways to combat that is to write reviews that actually tell stories that are actually good, right? So whenever I give clients this instruction, I always tell them to give 5 questions for their clients to answer. The way that they get these questions in the hands of the clients is they'll send them an email or a text message, and they'll say, a lot of times people want to leave a review, but they're just not sure exactly what to say. So we have found that the most helpful reviews, the most impactful reviews, typically answer the following 5 questions. Number 1, what was the problem that you had before you hired our law firm? Number 2, why did you pick our firm over all of the other firms in the market? Number 3, what did we do for you? Number 4, what were the results? And number 5, how did these results impact your life? If you get a client to update their review and answer these questions, what will happen is you'll end up with a much better review. Instead of a review that just says, thanks, great law firm, 5 stars, right? This would actually say, you know, I was driving down I-4 and I got rear-ended by a pickup truck. After calling all the billboard lawyers and all the attorneys that I could find in Orlando, I finally picked the Smith Law Firm because they were the only one that actually really listened to me and seemed like they actually kind of had a plan for moving forward that benefited me and not just them. They negotiated with the insurance company, and when the insurance company would not give us a fair offer, they took the matter all the way to trial. And we actually won at trial, which was absolutely amazing. They found that the insurance company was liable for the accident. And as a result, I was able to get all my medical bills paid and I could finally get back to work. That is such a better review than thanks. But not only that, first of all, it's a better review because it's a real story. So people are going to read that story, and someone else that was rear-ended on I-4 is going to be like, oh, hey, that's my story. They can probably help me, right? And Google's going to see these and see that they're actually real stories from real people, and that's going to make them much more likely to push them live. The other thing is that this will make you rank higher in Google, because if you notice, all those words, phrases, keywords, synonyms that I included in that review occurred naturally. Like I wasn't stuffing Orlando personal injury attorney or Orlando car accident attorney into my review 7 times. I didn't have to, right? I said rear-ended. I said I-4, which is an interstate in Orlando, Florida, actually through Central Florida. Insurance company, trial. These are all words that Google expects to see on the pages and in the reviews of a personal injury attorney, right? So if you use these 3 strategies, you will likely get most of your reviews back. And I gave them in order of difficulty because obviously the easiest thing to do is just contact Google and see if they'll fix them, right? And then, you know, the second most difficult thing is probably get people to take a picture. And then third is to get people to rewrite the entire review. Now, one thing you could do is you could write the review for them and basically tell their story. And here's the other thing. You want to make sure that you give a reason, right? Because people are much more likely to comply with a request when there's a reason associated with it, right? So if you just say, we need Google reviews, that's kind of whatever, right? But if you say, we really need Google reviews, and Google reviews really help us because making the decision of which attorney to hire can be potentially the most important and the most difficult decision in someone's life. And stories from clients like you who have been in a very precarious situation and come out on the other side unscathed because of the legal representation that you hired, they're very, very important in helping more people, get through this process, with as little difficulty as possible. So it would really help, potentially tens of thousands of people if you would do us the honor of leaving your story on our Google profile. So something like that, now it's like, oh, okay, well, now there's actually a reason, right? So if you give them that reason, they're much more likely to do it. But what I was going to say is if the review gets removed, you can use that same thing. You can say, your review got removed, unfortunately, it's still there, but these are important because they help so many people. And the thing I just said, right? So you could say, so what I did is I actually took the liberty of expanding your review a little bit. So we went ahead and, here's your review. So email it to them. Be like, feel free to make any changes that you want, or don't use this at all. But if you feel so inclined, I'd really appreciate it, and you agree with everything that's in here, then I would appreciate it if you would just go ahead and I made it really easy so you can just copy and paste and update your review. And then what you could even do is give them a Loom video, just like I'm filming right now, showing them the process step by step of how to update their review, where they're going to go to your Google profile, they're going to click edit review, they're going to copy here, paste it here, all that type of stuff, right? If you do all of that, you should get a lot of your reviews back. And in the future, make sure to use these prompts when you're sending out reviews, and you will be much less likely, the prompts and the pictures, you'll be much less likely to lose reviews in the future. So I hope this is helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon.